All right, guys. Hey, Chuck with Traders War Room. We're here for the town hall, and we changed the name of this. Okay, this is now called the Investment Trading Club Town Hall. So we're going to change the name because in the forward thinking in the future, we're going to, and I'm going to talk about it here in a second, but we're going to look to run two simultaneous groups at the same time. And Shiner runs a little bit different strategy, utilizing futures trading and spreads and stuff like that. I'm going to keep mine strictly to the option side of the house, since that's really my wheelhouse of success. And so we'll have those things, but we're going to call it the Investment Trading Club, so that when we're moving forward, you guys, we can cover all bases. So it's really just we're trying to pool money together and make money. So let's go ahead and talk about what we got going on. I'm going to do a brief little overview. Traders War Room. All right, so here's the agenda. A brief overview for some new participants that are in and are interested. The concept of operations. We're going to talk about new changes. We're going to talk about standards and procedures, way forward, and I'm going to take questions at the end. So brief overview. So the TWR Investment Trading Club is a club where we're going to pool money together to be traded and distributed equally among all members. The concept: so members pay an entry into the club in an effort to combine funds so as to have more combined capital to aggressively attack the market in waves, which we call rounds. Currently, we are using options as our trading style, which is with the first round that we did. Other styles have been in talks for future rounds, which we just talked about covering in a second group that will run simultaneously. All right, so changes. So rounds. So before the original one, it was in a calendar month, right? But we noticed because we had elevated amounts of funds, we didn't know how popular this was going to be. It took a lot longer to clear the bank. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this in 30 consecutive days and not a calendar. So the lessons learned that we had is having the elevated capital took time to clear the bank. In an effort to keep everything legal and legit, we will start the rounds once the pooled money has been cleared, with consistent updates while funds are in waiting. And any of you that are in the current round, that I was real legit with it. I mean, I kept you guys updated every day while the funds were clearing. There was no, we're not hiding anything. Everyone's coming into this and we're all just trying to make some money, have some fun. And, but we got to follow, Uncle Sam and the IRS. They want their cut, and they got to make sure the money's coming from legit sources and stuff like that. So we got to follow the procedures and got to follow the law. So that saves us. So example, we were able to have cleared funds on this previous round on 7 October. So 30 trading days from there would be the end of the round, and then we'll liquidate the funds, and then it'll probably take another 4 to 5 business days to clear, because if you guys haven't looked at the account currently, we went from 10K already, we're at 40K, and probably tomorrow we'll be at about 45K, if not 50K, with some of the hedging that we did. So we're being real aggressive, and we're elevating this account extremely high. So we just have to allow the time for the money to clear so that everything is squeaky clean, and then we can distribute the invoices for payment fulfilled on our end. Entry. So 2 fees will need to be associated with the entry. So the lessons learned is the club was found to be extremely taxing on the administrative side with additional hours. And I worked late hours, until like midnight sometimes, with customer service and processing orders, reviewing the contracts, and taking associated with and taxes associated with the business transaction. So we're going to issue a $55 entry fee into future rounds. And what this is going to cover is the additional hours that we're having to spend on the secretary working overtime, and the administrative taxes that are associated with the PayPal transaction. So it'll be the same entry unless we raise the entry. Of course, if you guys remember the previous one, currently our entry is $200 into the round. If we decide to raise the blind, essentially that comes from a 2/3 vote of current members in. We can raise the blind, but it's still going to be a $55 administrative fee on top of that.
And we also have a CPA we got to pay for to handle K1s and stuff for all these members.
Yeah, at the end of the year, and I got the tax things at the end of the year on here as well. So note, if we increase the buy-in, which we just talked about, the fee may increase slightly to adjust with PayPal taxes. So the administrative fee won't go away. So the $50 fee won't go away, but the taxes associated with PayPal might be adjusted, and it wouldn't be much. It might be a couple bucks more. Maybe we round it up to 60, but that'll be just based off of the PayPal taxes. And, PayPal can change their tax rating at any time. So we'll have to kind of go with the flow on that one. But currently right now, with the way it's set up, and until otherwise mentioned, $55 will cover everything. $55 for the administrative and taxing fee, and then the $200 entry fee. All right, so member limits. So before, we didn't know how popular this was going to be, guys. And we've been taking off. Everybody wants, essentially, for lack of a better term, everybody wants someone else to make money for them. So, and we've been doing that. So it's extremely popular, and we know that this is popular. So we have currently a member limit of 50 members per round. Now, we're by SEC regulations, we're allowed to have up to 100 members under one entity. So Traders War Room is the entity. We're allowed to have 100 members. So what we wanted to do is 50 members is a pretty decent amount, especially with administrative fees and administrative work associated. But when we automate the process with contracts specifically, and I'll talk about that here in a second, we're going to run a second club that'll be ran by Shiner's trading style. And this will allow us to take up to 100 members, 50 members in one, 50 members in the other, and we can be SEC squeaky clean, and we can have 2 rounds running simultaneously at the same time. So something with this member limit thing too, I want to note, previous members will continue to have priority of entry within 48 hours of new members. So what does that mean? Well, if you were entered into the round before and you're a current member, you have 48 hours. Once we open the books, we'll open the books to the previous members first. And you have 48 hours to get the contract signed and pay the invoice. And then you're good to go. After that 48 hours, if slots are available, first paid, first served, just, keeping it straight, legit 100. So after that, you guys get your priority that you guys asked for. We TWR liked that idea. So we said, you know what, we'll go ahead and do that. And, once we have open slots, we'll go ahead and allow other members to come in, and then the books will be closed. We are working on doing that 2 rounds simultaneously. We talked about that so we can max out the participation within the SEC's regulation of 100 members. And we should have the final plans for that by this weekend, and we'll probably roll that out on Monday. Digital contracts. So we're going to purchase TWR, that is, we're going to purchase a digital contracting application. Now, what this is going to do for us is, before we didn't know how popular this was going to be. And so we originally had the contracts that were dated for a 6-month period to try this out. Well, however, with the elevated population, what we're going to do is we're going to automate the process with the contracts. We're going to rewrite the contracts and change them each round to reflect the current round. But every person that's going to enter the round is going to sign a digital contract. And we're going to have these in a secured cloud vault that only TWR has access to the contracts. These are going to be used specifically for entrance into the club, and also at the end of the year, so that we can issue K-1 tax forms for individual profit and loss reporting with the IRS. So, once again, Uncle Sam, we can't skate by on profits made. Everyone that gets distributed profits is going to have to file taxes and going to have to report that up to the IRS. So that's just something we have to do. Basic info on the contracts will be full name, address, PayPal associated email, your normal contact and email if it's different than PayPal, and a contact number such as a phone. The reason why we're asking for the PayPal associated email is because that was one of the big issues. Was people were giving me weird emails and I couldn't send anything to PayPal. And so it was a lot of back and forth with the contracts. Also, we're going to do the digital contracting application because, once again, one of the big administrative issues that I had was people would do the contracts and they'd either be illegible or they would just send me like a photocopy of the signed contract thing. And, we're trying to keep everything 100 around here. So we need the full contract back. having this digital application where we can store things in a secured vault will be fantastic. And this will be something that'll really help us to maximize participation. And these will be each round. So each round, people that are into it, you'll get the contract first, boom. Then you'll sign it, you send it back, you'll receive the invoice, boom, you're paid, you're in the group. And so all contracts fall in line with the privacy policy on terms and conditions that Traders War Room has. We will not share your information with anyone but tax attorney at the end of the year. If you guys are wanting to look at our terms and conditions and our privacy policy, you can always go onto the Discord server or on the website, and we have it there. It's all publicly posted. You guys can also hit me up at traderswarroom@gmail.com, and I can send you an email copy of it as well. Just in the subject line, put, please send privacy policy. So everything is right there. We're not going to give your information out to anybody except for the tax attorney at the end of the year. So that's something we're really big on, that integrity and that honor. So changes, standards and procedures. So upon interest into the club, the contract will go out first, like we just talked about. The club will have a deadline that all contracts are due back with info and digitally signed. A TWR business invoice will go out with the admin fee plus entry fee into the round. Once the invoice is fulfilled, you receive an email with private group link, and only those who have paid both the admin and the entrance fee will be in the private group. Those of you that are in the group now, you guys kind of understand the process. We're just going to streamline a little bit. The books will be closed for the round when we hit 50 members or by the due date, whichever happens first. And a public notice will go out when books are open for contract renewal and when books are closed, so that we can, you guys, that link I send out to the general public group, you guys can invite whoever you want, friends. I would just please ask, don't invite, crazy people or whatever, invite people that, that are really serious about wanting to be engaging members and stuff like that. We don't need no, just a lot of drama and stuff. We don't want that. Okay. So if you guys want to invite people to that general chat group so they can get the information, please, by all means, that's what it's there for. But only members that have paid the fees and have signed the contract will be entered into the private group. And payments will only be accepted via official TWR PayPal invoice. I don't know how many, and this is something that why we wanted to create the automated process. I don't know how many people just paid me through PayPal, just send it to me, and they were like, hey, I'm good. And it's like, no, you're not. First of all, I need a contract signed. And second of all, I'm sending you an invoice so that I have a tracking record of this. It's not just a normal payment. So we're going to do everything through an official TWR invoice. Okay. Each member will be issued an invoice and must have that signed contract per round on file. All right. So the way forward, we were definitely surprised, pleasantly surprised, but surprised with how popular this was, especially after we started making money. It was gratifying to see you guys, showing all the love and support and stuff like that, because that's really what drives the wanting to be aggressive and the wanting to grow this. This is what makes it fun. And so we were happy with that. And we're hoping that you guys kind of see TWR's trading method is effective. I mean, we're out here doing what we do. And this is just another business venture that TWR brand is bringing to you guys. I don't know another small time, trading platform that's killing it like we are. I mean, I can name off some of those other YouTube influencers. We got the Chris's, we got the Keenans, we got the stock, who's all those guys, and they're not doing stuff like this. Okay. They're not killing it like the way we are. Okay. We're consistent, we're disciplined, and we're out here to truly grow, learn, share. And as always, we want to go to war together with a team. So we hope others are promoting for us too, because we want you guys to tell your friends, to tell other people about us, because there's a lot of fakers and a lot of frauds out there, and we strive to remain legit, upfront about everything we do, and we thrive off your loyalty and dedication and support. And I promise you this, you will always receive the highest levels of honor and integrity from Traders War Room, and that's a promise you can bank on. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead, let you know I'm a real person, put my camera on, and you guys can ask your questions. Go ahead, raise your hand, and my battle buddy will unmute you. and you can come on in, and we'll you can ask your question if you got any questions. All right, Cedric, you're first. Oops, hang on. Cedric, how's it going?
Yes, I'm here. I had to wait to be unmuted.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, I was unmuting you, and then people were jumping into the conference call.
Oh, okay. So my question for you is, I know Shiner will be next. When will you or the next person start the other one? Because you said 2 will be going on at the same time.
Yes. So Shiner and I, Shiner's group, we're going to run it consecutively. So after I'm done with this current group, I'm going to keep mine going, and Shiner's going to bring up another one simultaneously.
Okay. So will that allow us to stay with you or possibly get in both groups?
Yes.
Okay.
But once again, the contract would need to be signed for every person that's coming in. I know that you and your wife are both in it. So the process will be the same. You know, a contract signed for you and a contract signed for your wife. So one person, and as a previous member, you get priority.
Okay. So last question, we will have to sign a new contract each round.
Yep, each round, but we're gonna have it as a digital application, so that it's not, you know, all as clumpy as the email, the Word document, because some people, you know, some people don't use Word and stuff. So we got an application that we're gonna send when we get the interest on the email, and it's gonna be one of those that, you know, you click this thing and it's gonna run you through prompts. You know, some of it's already text that we're gonna put in there, you know, legal jargon. And then it's going to have places for you to fill certain information out and then digitally sign at the end.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Victoria, you're next. Go ahead and unmute.
Yes, I have 2 quick questions. Number 1, I finally convinced my husband to join, and so when he gets in, when you email, so how do I get him in?
Yeah.
So
are you the one that I've been talking with via direct message?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So I reviewed the contract. Everything is good with that contract, but we're changing it up for this next contract. So what it's going to be is we're going to, when I open the books up and make the public announcement, the people that contact the interest, they're going to receive that email with the link to fill out the digital contract, so we can have so we can save it and put it on file in the vault.
Okay, and since we're married and I'm over this, we have the same email and we're using the same PayPal account. Would that cause any confusion?
Nope, it's going to be 2 separate invoices paid in full.
Okay, and one other thing, when do you think that the community might vote on increasing the amount that we put in?
We can do you know, we can push that out you know, sometime next week. I tell you what, I'd like to run one more round, at least my round. I'd like to run one more round at current cost, just so that, you know, I don't know, just to see people, because here's the issue, when we push it up to 500, and I know people want to increase the blind because you know, they look at the amount that we've made thus far in just a week and a half, and they're like, man, if that was a $500 entry, you know, we'd be maybe up to $100,000. And I get that, but you know, I'm of the mindset slow is smooth and smooth is fast, and you know, as long as we're making money. So it'd be a vote. We'd have to probably do a town hall of current members, and of course, with the contract, you know, have a 2/3 vote of increasing the blind. But I'm not against it. However, I just want to be smart about it, and I don't want to take away opportunity from other people that might have a smaller account. Did I answer your question, ma'am? Are you still there? All right. Miss Dawn.
Hi. I may have, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Okay, great. I may have missed this, but when you were talking about, let's say the members that are currently in this round being given first priority, what if my husband, he didn't get a chance to get in with me. He just missed the deadline.
Yeah.
He wants to get in. So would he be able to get in that space of 48 hours? Or would he have to wait until after?
Well, I tell you what, because Traders War Room was founded by military veterans. I mean, you can see I'm still in my suit, right? And we have something we do in the military. It's called spousal preference, right? So we will honor that spousal preference. If you're a current member and you have your +1, they'll be able to get that spousal preference with you.
Fantastic, Jeff.
Hey, let's go to war. I told you guys I run this thing like a military operations cell. So, so they can get that spousal preference of current members. Did I answer your question, ma'am? Okay, I think so. All right, paper. Go ahead. You're on the mic.
I really just had two questions. The first one was, so for like the rounds that you'll be running simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
Will we have to sign two separate contracts?
No, one contract per round. The contract's going to cover the round because the round will run simultaneously at the same time frame. And since it's under the same banner, Traders War Room, one contract will be just fine. And you can pick, your trader that you want. Like some people may want to go with the Shiner because of, his trading style be a little different. And or people may want to stay with me because they like my trading style. So it's kind of to each their own, but one contract will cover one entry per round.
So if we want to do both of you guys, we just send you all a double payment.
Yeah. So if it might be something I'll add to the contract. If you want to enter into both rounds, maybe on the contract, you click the box and then we'll send you 2 invoices.
Okay. All right, that works. And I was gonna say at the same time, my mother, I told her about it yesterday. She told me she sent you an email. I think I talked to you in Telegram. She was working out. I don't think she joined in. Is there a way she can get in contact with you? Because I know she wanted to sign up too and join round 2.
Yeah. What's her do you have me on DM?
No.
Do you have a way you can send me a DM via Telegram or Discord?
Yeah, I got you on Telegram.
Yeah. Send me a DM with her name. And then I can look in my email and see and either A, keep a lookout for her, or B, I can look back at the history. I haven't been told from our secretary of an email, but that doesn't mean it didn't go to the junk file and I just didn't see it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, send me a direct message, not to put her name out here and everything like that, and I'll look to see what I have in the emails and we can start that flow of communication.
I got you. 10-4, man. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Oh, you don't see a place to raise your hand? Sonia, hang on. Let me see if I can find you. Sonia, Zoom user, hang on. I'll get you, Sonia. Zoom user, you're on the mic.
Hey, Chuck. I just have a question in reference to the last time you put it out. It was really there's a lot of people and I wasn't able to get in. But I was wondering what if this fills up so fast? Then basically you would have to. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Say your question again. What do you mean?
Like basically the first time you had this out, I missed it by like a week and it filled up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I know that you're adding 50 more spots, but it sounds like a lot of people are going to do both instead of just one. So if that happens with all the people that's already in it before it was filled up, they would fill up all the rest. So nobody, like somebody that's never been in it wouldn't get a chance.
Yeah. Well, I think it did fill up pretty fast, but to be honest, up until like the very last day, like 2 days before I closed the books, we still had like 5 or 6 slots. So there's still opportunity. I mean, people are going to they're gonna think about it. They're gonna, some of the newer people are gonna be like, I'd rather see results first or whatever. You know what I mean? There's just gonna be some hesitation. So there's always the opportunity. I don't see us surpassing 100 members, and I doubt. I think there'll be a few people that might double round.
Double dip.
Yeah, double dip a little bit, but I don't think it'll be as dramatic as a fashion. I think some people are, they're hesitant to pull the trigger essentially. So
Okay. I mean, is there any way, is that the most you can have is 100 people with
Yeah.
how you're set up with? That's with the SEC, you can't get any more, or is there a way?
not with investment clubs that aren't, like legally binding and financial groups that, are done by like say JP Morgan Chase and Charles Schwab and stuff like that. You were only allowed to have 100 members under one entity according to the SEC regulations, and no more than $1 million, which we're not close to getting that, but we're close to getting the other. So
Yeah, not yet. All right, Chuck. Thank you. Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Sonia,
Is she did you find her?
I can't unmute her though. I don't have that
Hang
ability.
on. I got her. Hang on. And then I got you, T-Law. Go ahead, Sonia. Sonia, you there? I don't know. She may not have. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. So my question is, since today's information is more informational, what is the sequence of events that we should be watching out for especially the newer people? So like today's meeting, I almost missed it. I only didn't know because Shiner said it in his live trading room. So that I don't miss any of your future information. So how would I keep on top of it is basically my question.
Well, no, one way would be to like, share, and subscribe to Traders War Room YouTube. There's a plug right there, because I'll put out the information on YouTube. But are you part of the Telegram group with the free general club?
No, I'm not.
All right, that would be probably second close to joining Traders War Room on the YouTube channel. That would be the second one, because since that's the platform we're using for the private group anyways, a lot of the information I push out there on a daily. I also do little check-ins so that people can get excited and they can see the account grow. Like, I posted, when we started the account, here was the 10K, and I posted, when we hit 20K, I posted when we hit 25 and we could day trade. And, then I posted today, 40K that we hit. So that would be, those two avenues would be great avenues of approaches for this, because I pushed the information out there.
Do you also put the announcements in the Discord main announcements or your trading floor?
Yeah, I haven't put the highlights and stuff, but like today I pushed out the town hall information, and I pushed it in the announcements on Discord as well.
Okay. Quick question before you mute me again is, I already have a Telegram app. So how do I join your particular info group?
Are you on Discord?
I am on Discord, yes.
Do you have access to my chat, my trading floor?
I will have to look.
She should. She's in the live trade room.
Yeah, well, I thought I seen you there before. If you go to my trading floor, I posted the link there, and right there I had it little highlight things with a little emoji that points down. I said, here's the share link. Just click on that link and it'll take you to the group, and you can join the general group.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. All right, T-Law, you next, brother. What's up, brother? You there?
All right, you there?
Yeah,
you
what's
hear
up, man?
Yeah, so it's gonna increase pricing?
No, we haven't voted on it yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
Nope. That according to the way we structured this, and I, like I said, I want to stay, true to the law, or not the law, but the concept of how we started this. 2/3 vote by current members to increase the
Okay.
blind.
Okay, and then I thought I heard something about admin fee.
Yeah,
That's gonna be right?
Yeah, so that was one of the things we added onto it, because this first round, the lessons learned on the first round, there was a lot of administrative work that will happen behind the scenes to make this a success. And so we got to pay the secretary.
Yeah, we gotta pay the wife. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we gotta pay the secretary. And then we also added in the taxes that's associated with PayPal for the transaction fee. And so when we added that into with the hours that was spent on, looking at it, we thought, especially with the amount that we're able to generate as far as revenue, $55 was a fair amount per round.
So is that taken out, or is that in addition to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be the 55 plus the 200 currently, so 255.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then when do we have to make a decision on, when does that all go down? And then you sat there and said about before it was going to be, if it was already in it, you just carry over the contract part of it. Now it sounds like we're going to be doing it differently.
Yeah, so we're going to use a digital platform for the contracts, so that we don't have to keep the paper contracts, because that's going to get busy, and it's also harder to manage the group with the paper contracts, because then you got to go through it. So we're going to have digital copies so that we can also use them when we file taxes, and we can just send them to our tax attorney so that he can issue the K-1 tax forms at the end of the year. But each round will have a digital copy. So essentially, like example, we'll end this round on the last trading day of October, right? Just like we said we're going to end the round. And then what's going to happen is we're going to liquidate the round. We're going to let the money sit. The money will have to settle, because we may, the way things are going, we might have 100,000 in the account, hopefully, God willing, right? So obviously, we're trying to liquidate that. That's going to take some time, because they're going to be like, whoa, hang on, let's make sure this is legit, right? And so they're going to, go through the process. Once it's cleared, and now we're able to distribute funds, we're going to distribute all the funds evenly. And of course, we'll update as we go along with that. And then the books will open for the next round. And then the prior members will have 48 hours as, I don't know the term for it, as you guys are already in it. You guys got 48 hours as first dibs to get your stuff in.
Okay, and so, and how many, and you're going to be a part of one of them. So how many are you allowing in on your side?
49.
50, 49 people?
Yep, 49.
And how many we got now?
Hmm?
How many we got now currently?
49.
Okay.
Yeah, we're maxed out. That's why we need to have another group.
Okay.
See, TWR is actually the 50th member.
Yeah. Yep. And we would have had more, I actually got more. I actually had to deny people because we had about 85 people that came in and was like, yo, let me in this thing. And I had to tell people once we were maxed out that we're maxed out, next round's open.
Was that Shriner I heard in the background?
Yeah, man.
Hey, all right. So I get to join his group too. So we can be in two groups. Okay.
Yep.
That's it, my brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Mhm.
All right. So we're heading to the end. I got no more questions. Last chance. Anyone want to go get the question? Ask a question real quick.
AK, you're funny, man.
I'm in the Midwest.
Cynthia,
Cynthia got a question. All right, hang on, Cynthia.
you know, Billions was a pretty damn good series.
Oh yeah, that was a great series.
Hi guys, I'm sorry. I was sat there trying to figure out how to raise my hand for like the past 5 minutes. Thanks so much for what you guys, thanks so much for what you guys do. Appreciate you. So my question is,
Easy on me, girl.
You got too many people on mic here. What's going on?
Yeah, you.
am I talking?
Yep,
Okay,
you're
go
there.
ahead.
Okay. My question is, do you know around when it'll open up? And for those that have sent emails already, do you know when the responses with the contracts will come?
Yeah, so we'll look with it. It all depends on when how long it takes. Hang on.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Someone else is
Yeah, someone's
talking.
mic is still on.
I got it. I got it. All right. Now, Cynthia, I'm going to bring you back in. All right, Cynthia, please unmute yourself again. I just muted everybody.
Okay.
All right. So this will be one of the things we'll have to see at the end, because like I said, I don't know if it'll be the same clearing time with, say right now we're almost at $50,000, right? Say by the time we end this round, we're at, 75 or 100,000. Okay. I don't know how long that'll take to clear. Hopefully it'll clear, since we're going through the legit systems. It clears within the same, 5 to 6 business days.
Okay.
But since it's an elevated amount, I don't know how long it would take. So that's really this round is really our
Feel the waters.
Yeah, filling out everything, because I didn't think it was going to take the 5 business days to clear the 10,000 in Robinhood, since Robinhood told me, hey, you can get instant access to $10,000. And I was like, oh, cool. And then they were like, hold on, nope, wait. And so I can just imagine when I try to pull out of the Robinhood and I try to pull out 100K, they're going to be like, whoa, hang on, buddy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
I came up with this idea because I used to have an options trading club years ago, but not at this level.
Wow. Well, this is, I know we all appreciate, I like watching it. I hate that I didn't get in, but, I'm sure not just me, we're all kicking ourselves. Didn't have the money. I should have just robbed Peter to pay Paul and jumped in anyway.
Yep. But yeah, and then a few people, they kind of wanted, there's people that like to lurk, they want to lurk around and they want to see what happens. It's like, oh, this guy got, a few people, and all of a sudden we came out max on the first round, and
Right.
like in the first week and a half, we're up, we're up like 300% on the account. You know what I mean? So
I knew you guys were legit. I was on vacation watching the town hall, but I knew when I got home, I wasn't going to have the money. I was weighing my options, but I didn't have it.
Yep. And then that's when, people they see the results, and then that starts to put out that, that little thinking light in their head, like, oh, you mean I don't got to do nothing to potentially make some money except for pay these dudes?
Wow. But the thing is, it's going to be a learning experience. So you got me wanting to learn. I'm going to jump in your class on Sunday. I want to know how to do what you guys are doing.
And that's the ultimate goal. Like this is a fun, like I was telling people in the chat group, I'm also using this endeavor as a way to preach, the Traders War Room philosophy. We want to, yes, do we have alerts that give people, food to eat? Yeah, absolutely. But ultimately, we want to train market warriors to go attack the market that are self-sufficient on their own, so they can pay it forward with some other TWR market warriors that are newbies and be like, hey, don't worry about it. Here's what I did, blah, 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 just like military, you're a private, you don't know anything. The sergeant picks you up and he shows you the ropes. You're a sergeant. You pick the private up and you show him the ropes. Kind of the same thing here.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Yep. And I hope that analogy made sense. I don't know if you were prior military or not, but
Family that was, not me personally. It makes a lot of sense. Definitely.
yeah, yep. So it's all just about paying it forward and learning together and, battle buddies and stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thanks again.
Oh yeah, we do have a live, but just to highlight you guys. We have a live bell-to-bell trading every day the market's open with over 90% consistent win rate, mainly ran by Shiner. There's your plug.
Show me some love. I get mentally burned out by Friday. That's the closing bell.
All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and close this up. Any final questions? Hang on, we got two more. Victoria wants to come in, and then T-Law again.
Oh, yes,
Right.
I forgot to ask just two quick things. Number one, I forgot to say thank you for killing the stock market for us. Number two, when should we be looking for these new digital contracts to come out?
This weekend, I'm going to write the contracts. I'm going to do the process and stuff. And then once the rounds are open, we got to close the first round first before we can issue, new contracts for the next round. So essentially right now the books are closed. And then once we close the round and we open up the books, then that's when we'll give prior members the 48 hours grace period to get their stuff in. And then after that, it's open season.
But no matter when it starts, we're changing it to a 30 calendar day. So if by chance the next round doesn't start until the first week of the month, it's still going to be a full 30 days. You're not going to lose that week.
Yep.
Yes, I just want to know when I should be looking for it, just in case it goes to spam.
Yeah. Well, I'll also post it everywhere. I'm gonna flood all of the TWR social media sites and let people know, hey, it's on.
Yes, and I want to thank you because I can get my chimichurris this year. Those are some expensive shoes. I'd get some chimichurris. Thank you.
Well, hey, goals, that's a goal, and I love goals, and I'm going to help you get there. All right, T-Law. Go ahead, T-Law. You're good, brother. You.
All right, sorry about that. So when you liquidate, then that means the account's going to be at zero. So when people add money back in, it's going to be another wait, like before.
Yeah, probably.
The 7 days.
Probably. Right? Yep. But that's why we are switching it to a full. The rounds are going to be a full 30 days, no matter what. No matter what. So when just like with this account, once the funds were cleared, we started on the 7th, it would be 30 days, boom, and then we liquidate, and then we can start doing the thing. And if we want to, we could look at other options, potentially with example Shiner's group, and run his group, at an interval of like, maybe 10 days before, you know what I mean? So that runs, I don't know, we'd have to look at that structure, but yeah. So essentially we liquidate the account, the funds clear, we distribute the money, and then books open, and then we have a period of time, and then we're good to go for trading for 30 days after the funds have cleared. So there will be a little bit of a lag time.
So in other words, with yours, it won't start on the 1st because you're going to wait till we liquidate and then do that in 48 hours. People can come in. Am I reading that right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I think what it'll do is, and I guess, we could, once we get close to, we'll have to talk about this, this week and actually look at the actual structure. But we could open the books like we talked about beforehand a week in advance. But the issue is what we come into an issue is, people will be required to pay entry into a round, to a second round and not have their funds distributed from the
Correct.
first round. You know what I mean?
We don't want crossfires of funds.
Yeah, and I would rather, slow, smooth as fast. I would rather have everything done or started, done, finished, opened, than kind of go with, hey, we're open, but we still got this, 5-10 days left on this other round. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. Yep.
Yep. So
Thank you, my brother.
yeah, and me, Shiner, and Spartan, we'll talk this weekend more about that. But I like the simplicity of having it open and having it closed, and then having it open again and having it closed. I think that simplifies the process without having overlapping of funds.
Lady Jackson asked about the trading platform. I will be using Thinkorswim.
Yeah. But it's absolutely right. Is there going to be a wait for any platform? Yeah, unless we keep a pool of money in the account to cover the difference. But if we're liquidating the account as is, then yeah, there's going to be a wait period no matter what, because you're going to be taking money out, which has to clear, and you're going to be putting money in, which has to clear.
Yeah, it's not the platform, Lady Jackson. It's Uncle Sam and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which that is something we could discuss in the future. Say example with this round, I don't know, this is just me brainstorming, just forward thinking. Say we get this round up to $100,000, right? Maybe you guys are like, hey, keep my entry in there, blah, blah, blah. And that's my round thing. I don't know. I don't like that either, because I'd rather do it. I'm Army. I want everything start date, finish date, rinse and repeat.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Start from zero, start from fresh.
Yeah. I think people would, the efficiency of it, and with the greater ease of not having issues, I think would in the long run be beneficial, in my opinion. Wire transfer and get there. Well, see, that's the thing though. With Webull, it's the same thing. If you put anything more than $10,000 in there, you're gonna have a halt on the account. That was the issue. Anything below $9,999, there you could have got an instant deposit. But once you hit over that $10,000, that's that IRS push button that is like $10,000. Ding, 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 ding. Are these guys terrorists? Are these guys money launderers? Are these guys, all these things that they're going through the process.
And then if you do 3 transactions, $99.99, $99.99, now you're eating up PayPal fees and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good, I'm glad you looked at that. So the daily limit for Robinhood to bank account is $50,000. Since it clearly looks like we're going to cross that mark in the account, it might take 2 days to clear the funds of the current round. Yeah. We'll have to see. Once again, that's one of those, where this first round is kind of the, the guinea pig.
Hey, don't have to worry about that with Ameritrade.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Dawn, ask a question, and then we'll wrap this up. And I'll be right back. I got to get my wrap up thing, but I'm listening.
Okay, so my question is, at the end of this round, you're gonna liquidate the funds and send them to all of us. Would the funds have time to clear before the next round starts? Or, so in other words, would you have access to use the funds deposited for the next round? Or is it gonna be, you'd have to look for?
It's however fast PayPal, when we send the funds to you via PayPal, it's however fast PayPal gets it to you or whatever,
Yeah, it's almost
Right.
instantaneous because we're going to be doing it through an invoice, and
Yeah.
I think PayPal does it instantaneous. Now, liquidating from PayPal to your bank account, I don't know,
Okay.
but from PayPal to PayPal, from us issuing you your money, it should be from PayPal to PayPal, should be instantaneous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some people may just, once they get that money in their PayPal, just leave it there and resend the 200 back, you know? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
and
I was
yeah,
just wondering if it made, if there was an allowance for that, like let's suppose somebody didn't have an additional, whatever the amount the buy-in is, you didn't have that additional amount, would there be enough time for it to clear and then be deposited and then you could use that again?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how this round, like I said, this round is really the guinea pig to kind of see what all the ins and the outs are.
Okay,
Yep. All right.
thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We recorded this, so I'm going to go ahead and issue this, put it on YouTube so that people that weren't able to get here. And something I told you guys I was going to get last time we did this, right? And so I want to show you the official TWR gavel, right? And so we're going to go ahead and officially close this town hall. I've been waiting to do that, by the way.
Sweet.
My wife was like, "Oh my God, why are you doing that?" And then she was like, "Ooh, we could engrave it with the TWR bull," but I haven't done that yet. But
Come on, it's legitimate, man. That's what you do in board meetings.
yep, hey, that's right. That's why I got it. All right, guys, appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'll put this on YouTube, and you guys have a great night. Hey, appreciate you guys. Cynthia, AK, Brian, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Don't forget, tell a friend, TWR. Look us up. Get a university class. Ooh, we got a university class coming up on the 25th starting. If any of you interested. And we got class on Sunday, how to swing trade like a pro. All right, appreciate you guys.